Here's Brody Brazil.
So, Boiler, fans have been whispering your name for years. Come back to the Sharks, maybe as a coach, maybe as a broadcaster, whatever. I've been in your ear personally now for a couple years. What ultimately pushed you over the ledge to at least give this a try?
Well, it took 5 years. It took a pandemic. And it took my kids not wanting to be around me anymore. My kids are like, can you please just leave us alone? They're 11 and 13 now. So, and last but not least, I love the Sharks. I do. Obviously, I was here for 6 years. I played here, I should say, and I live here now. So I enjoy being around the game and stuff, but I didn't for a few years. I got a little burnt out, but dipping my toes back into this thing a little bit.
Retirement's important, right? Like, you got out at probably the perfect time. Your body could only do so much, and you had a long and great career. You won the cup, you won the gold medal. But what are those first couple years like when you actually try something completely new? You go off the rails for maybe the first time ever.
Yeah, well, for me, again, everybody goes through something different. For me, my dream growing up wasn't being a hockey player. It was to live in this amazing, beautiful home, have this beautiful house, not knowing what I was going to do for a living. And fortunately, I literally went from retirement to building this home here in Los Gatos where I live. I was not the contractor, but I was the assistant contractor. Dave was great. Dave was my friend, but he said he's been doing this for 35 years. He's done Joe's house, Patty's house. And he said he's never met anyone more involved than I was. So I literally became a contractor. It took about 3.5 years, and it's awesome, and I love it. So for me, I wasn't bored. I never kind of went through the boredom that a lot of guys feel. So that kind of bought me 3.5 years. But the last year and a half, I kind of was like, okay. And the pandemic hit, and I was like, okay. Even I, who doesn't, likes to just hang out and watch movies and play video games and listen to music, I was kind of getting a little bored. So I would say the first 3.5 years it kind of flew, but the last year and a half has been a little bit more difficult.